Hey, happy Friday, everybody. We're going to temporarily rename this edition of wonder what that's going to be. And call it, wonder what that is. It's like all over the streets. It's coming from the sky, which is dark blue, with the occasional bright flashes of white light. It's making the street wets. I can only surmise that it possibly is something we used to get around here called rain. And we haven't had in quite some time. We've had just over an inch of rain this year in Midland. And this morning, whatever we get, we'll take. So, anyway, welcome to this edition of wonder what that's going to be, with some welcome rain. Meanwhile, back in the blistering heat, hello again, everyone, and welcome to the continuation of this week's edition of wonder what that's going to be. Skies have, of course, gone back to their normal royal blue, and we will sit around and wait for the next rain to come in a few months. You know, it was interesting. Right after we talked this morning, and I filmed in the rain, I passed a van in the rain. It was parked at the side of the street, and it said worldwide leak detection. So apparently they had been called out. They found the source of the leak. It was coming from West Midland. That was where the rain originated. They fixed it. The rain's ended. They did their job. Now we're in the south part of town, and we are trying desperately to get over here to a sign, but there doesn't seem to be access to it. But it's a new sign that was put up by Leadership Midland, and it lets everyone know that we are, in fact, in Midland. And I'm going to get over there in just a second, by golly, and show you what it says. And it won't come as a surprise to anybody because you guys know we're in Midland, but here it is. South Midland on Big Spring Street and Carter Avenue. Welcome to the tall city of Midland. And that was, as I understand it, a class project by Leadership Midland, which is a leadership, obviously, program conducted by the Midland Chamber of Commerce. A few years ago, they put up, well, they made the clock work again at Centennial Plaza. And this year, they've built a sign. Next stop coming up quick. Okay, we're going just a little bit further south, down Big Spring, Rankin Highway, Highway 349. There's the interstate up ahead. All this new construction down here at the I-20 corridor. And if this big truck will move, and it doesn't seem to be in any big hurry, we'll show you the brand new Sonic, or the renovated Sonic. And they did this in short order over here. Just a couple of weeks ago, it was a pile of metal steel rods. Today, they've got those funny guys making commercials, and you can get the whatever you get at Sonic. I eat there. I like their breakfast things with bacon and those little round eggs that are really good, but I don't know what they are. Anyway, so Sonic on South Big Spring is done. And while we're on the subject of Sonics, since we just came from one in the south part of town, we'll give you a checkup on the construction site of where they're going to move the other Sonic on Big Spring, just down a couple of blocks. I don't know why they're doing this yet, and you know, that's not like they had to clear it with me or anything, but it's just like 3 blocks up the street, and they're just going to pick it up and move it right here. And I was used to be able to drive into this little lot right here, but can't do it anymore. See, it's by the Rent-A-Center and the O'Reilly Auto Parts and Bush's Chicken, Supermercado. That's where the new location for the Sonic is going to be. And you can see the sign up there. And if you're in Midland, you know, and you live here, or if you ever lived here, you know where the one is. that they're going to move. It's going to be that one right up there, just on the other side of Scarborough. They're going to move it a few blocks south for some reason. Okay, well, I guess our theme today is Big Spring. Stuff going on Big Spring Street. And I am not looking into the viewfinder. I am holding the camera and viewing out my windshield and talking at the same time, which is what a lot of people do, only they normally don't carry video cameras with them. But so I'm not looking at it, just so you'll know that I'm being safe. I want to give you an update on this credit union up here in Cladesta Center, or just north of Cladesta. I think they're going to build a shopping center with the name Cladesta attached to it. And there is the kind of the anchor business in the center. That's a credit union. What credit union? Well, a couple of weeks ago I would have called it Midland Community Federal Credit Union, but no more. That's my Federal Credit Union. My Community Federal Credit Union. And actually that is my credit union. They changed the name, and it seems to me like we've got an Abbott and Costello baseball who's on first sort of a thing. You know, if you drive by that thing and some of your passenger asks, wonder what that's going to be, you answer, well, that's my Community Federal Credit Union. Oh, really? Is that where you keep your money? Well, no. Well, but you said it was my Community Federal Credit Union. Well, yeah, I did, but that's the name of it. So it is yours. No, it's not. It's not mine, but it's my Community Federal Credit Union. You really got some confusing things going on there, but they didn't ask me. Alright, we got one more stop to make this week, and then we'll be done. I'm really impressed with the new construction, how speedy it is. Actually, we have two stops to make. Let me just interrupt myself, since I was carrying on a conversation with myself about the credit union just a moment ago. It only now makes sense that I interrupt myself. We're here at the intersection of A Street and Wadley, or fast approaching the intersection. And I'm impressed with the expeditious construction progress here at the Western National Bank building at the corner of Wadley and A Street. That is going up rather quick. We've got walls there. I know I have willfully violated my own oath, and repeatedly done so today as I drive and film at the same time, and I appreciate again the concern. I'm not looking in the viewfinder, just holding a camera, talking and driving. A lot of people do that, except they don't hold cameras. I'm kind of in a hurry. It's Friday afternoon. I want you guys to have this, and without a lot of production. One more stop, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I believe this thing is, well, it says right here on the sign, opening Saturday. That was fast. You know, if we'd had an auto parts store emergency, where we actually had to have an auto parts store like overnight, O'Reilly's would have been there for us. And O'Reilly's, seems just yesterday, it was just a mound of dirt. Now it's, you know, you can buy flanges and grommets and other kinds of things that you need for your car. O'Reilly Auto Parts at Midland Drive in Wadley.